Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News Edition. Here are the top stories. Djibouti hosted a popular semi-marathon organized by the Secretary of State for Sport and the mayor, celebrating the country's diplomatic achievement at the African Union Commission. Gaza, 6 Israeli hostages released in prisoners exchange as part of a ceasefire agreement. And now for the national news, the capital of Djibouti was alive this morning with the rhythm of a mass semi-marathon organized in honor of the country's recent diplomatic victory at the head of the African Union Commission. Under the high patronage of Prime Minister His Excellency Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the race brought together hundreds of runners, both professionals and amateurs, who covered 21 kilometers through the city's main streets. At dawn, participants gathered in front of a smart city, the starting point of the event, in the presence of several high-ranking officials organized by the Chinese company Touch Road, in partnership with the Djibouti municipality and the Ministry of Youth and the Secretary of State for Sport. This half-marathon took place in a festive atmosphere throughout the course. Enthusiastic spectators cheered on the runners, waving flags and chanting slogans in a tribute to this historic victory for Djibouti. But beyond the athletic performance, this half-marathon embodies the resilience, solidarity, and determination of the Djiboutian people. It also symbolizes the recognition of Djibouti's role on the African stage in its commitment to peace, stability, and the development of the continent. Among the personalities present were the State Secretary for Sport, Hassan Mohamed Kamil, as well as several government representatives, senior officials from various branches, and the National Olympic Committee. In terms of competition, the Djiboutian Coast Guard dominated the event, taking the entire podium. Farah Aye claimed first place, followed by Abdul Rashid, and the second place, Barhat Abdurazak Saeed in third. The winner, Farah Aye, crossed the finish line to the cheers of the crowd, delivering a remarkable performance. In his speech, the ambassador, His Excellency the Ambassador of China to Djibouti, expressed his great pleasure and pride in being part of such a significant event, emphasizing it symbolizes the strong and enduring partnership between China and Djibouti. He highlighted that the national race, which celebrates the diplomatic triumph of Mohamed Ali Yusuf's election to the presidency of the African Union Commission, serves not only as a tribute to this remarkable achievement, but also as a reflection of deep-rooted and growing ties between the two nations. And now the Excellency Abdullah, the Ambassador of Djibouti to China, in his speech emphasized that this event would mark a celebration of the political victory of Mohamed Ali Yusuf, a leader whose election as head of the African Union Commission is a pivotal moment for Djibouti and for Africa. His election strengthens the geopolitical and economic position of the country on both the continental and global scales. He added that the Smart City project is a concrete example of this fruitful collaboration, which aims to make Djibouti a regional digital hub. This initiative aligns with the vision of President Ismail Omar Guelleh, who has long sought to position Djibouti as a strategic center for trade, innovation, and digital transformation. Under his leadership, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, Djibouti has developed its infrastructure, particularly in logistics, technology, and energy, with the aim of making the country a key player on the global stage. And now the chairman of Touch Road expressed his satisfaction with the organization of this national race. Let's listen to this video.
We thank you all the participants to attend our marathon. Your attend is our great honor, and your attend make our event very successful. I heard from the staff for the events. They told me they have more than 2,300 runners here. It's a very great, successful achievement. Company Touch Road Group, we start business from Africa since year 2000. Now we have business more than 30 African countries. But Djibouti is one of the main destinations for our company investment. Today you are here. This area we call Touch Road Djibouti Special Economic Zone. And this is our first of Mr. Pradip Gele, we will invest more in Djibouti and we will do our best to create more jobs.
In his speech, the State Secretary for Sport, His Excellency Hassan Mohamed Kamil, also took a moment to praise President Ismail Omar Guelleh for his visionary leadership. He commended the president of his tireless efforts in positioning Djibouti as a key player on the African and global stage. Under his leadership, Djibouti has made significant strides in diplomacy, development, and strengthening international relations, as exemplified by the country's recent achievement, including the election of Mahmoud Ali Yusuf to the chairperson position of the African Union Commission. Hassan Mohamed Kamil expressed his pride and joy in being part of such a historic and festive event. He emphasized the semi-marathon was not only a celebration of Djibouti's diplomatic achievement, but also a demonstration of the spirit of unity, solidarity, and determination that characterized the Djiboutian people. And now the Prime Minister, in his speech, His Excellency Abdulkader Kamil Mohammed, saluted the initiative, stating, and I quote, "Today we are celebrating an exceptional event, this mass semi-marathon, in an initiative that brings our population together around sports and camaraderie. This is a great way to unite our people, promoting not only physical health, but also the values of solidarity and togetherness. I would like to express my gratitude to Touch Road Company and the city of Djibouti for their collaboration in making this event a reality. Their commitment and valuable contribution have been key to its success. Behind me stands the ambitious project of the Smart City. What you see today represents only 20% of the entire project. We're working to complete this vast project with additional infrastructure that will enhance our country's dynamism and modernity. We also extend our sincere thanks to the CEO of Touch Road for his significant involvement and support in bringing these initiatives to life. Through this race, we are not only celebrating a sporting achievement, but also a major political victory, that of Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, elected President of the African Union Commission. This achievement is a testament to the visionary leadership of President El-Hajj Ismail Omar Guelleh, who continues to champion our nation's ambitions on the international stage. Finally, I would like to underline that this semi-marathon marks the beginning of a new tradition. It will become an annual event that will further strengthen the connections between us through sport and development. At the end of the race, an official award ceremony took place in the presence of authorities and organizers. Medals, trophies, and rewards were presented to the best runners, recognizing their determination and performance. The Prime Minister, accompanied by the State Secretary for Sports, the Mayor of Djibouti, and the Ambassador of Djibouti to China, His Excellency Abdullah Abdullahi Miguel, personally handed the prizes to the top 3 winners. He congratulated each winner for their excellent performance and competitive spirit. Beyond its sporting aspect, this event illustrates Djibouti's ambition to shine on the African and international stage, both diplomatically and athletically. This mass semi-marathon will remain a pivotal moment in the celebration of this diplomatic victory, uniting the nation around the values of perseverance, solidarity, and excellence. And now let's listen to a reaction of the Ambassador of Djibouti to China, His Excellency Abdullah Abdullahi Miguel.
That this event was a very good opportunity for our country. This is a testimony of the trust that Mr. Khail Ikhwe, the chairman of Taj Group, has for our country. how much he believed the vision and the policy of our presidents, the peace of our country, because our country is a peace island in the conflict ocean in our region. And when he came in Djibouti in 2014, the first target that he wants to go to Ethiopia. And after that, I say, please, come to Djibouti. Djibouti is the gateway to Ethiopia. And it's for him that he came. And since that time, the first time that he reached Djibouti, from that day to now, he's in Djibouti. And he is one of the first support of our president and our country. He already organized this kind of event in a couple of countries in Africa, but the main marathon is in Djibouti because the main activity of Task Road Group in Africa is in Djibouti.
Thank you very much. It's our great honor to organize this international marathon in Djibouti. And this is one of the marathons we are organizing. We are organized not only in Djibouti, we are also in Tanzania and in some other African countries. But the one in Djibouti is the first one for year 2025. So this one is very successful this year. And now I have more ambition to make it more bigger and more successful for next year. Actually, my plan is to do it annually in Djibouti. Because this marathon, our proposal is not focused on the professional. We focus on the enjoyment for the life, to encourage the people to enjoy the sports, to enjoy the marathon, to enjoy their life. So we want more and more people from Djibouti will join in. And also for the next year's one, we will invite international runners to join in. Because we also want to promote the tourism of Djibouti through this marathon. Because many people from different countries, they like marathon. So we'll invite them to come to Djibouti to join in to promote the tourism for Djibouti. Like us, our company, we are doing business since year 2000.
And now the SGTD organized today the third edition of the Ambado Walk, an event combining sport, environmental commitment, and a spirit of solidarity. The walk started from the SGTD port, gathering employees, volunteers, and locals, all motivated by the initiative. After several kilometers of walking in a friendly and dynamic atmosphere, the participants reached Ambado Beach, where a tree planting activity was organized. This edition was marked by the presence of the colonel of the Djiboutian Coast Guard and several SGTD officials. The objective, raising awareness about environmental preservation and combating coastal erosion. Thanks to the mobilization of participants, several dozen trees were planted, contributing to reforestation and the protection of the coastline. The event concluded in a festive atmosphere with a renewed commitment to sustainable development. This third edition highlights the importance of such initiative with combined well-being, environmental responsibility, and social cohesion. We're going now to the north of the country. A new mosque named the Sheikh Abdul Razak Mosque was inaugurated this Friday, February 21st, 2025 in Tajura by the Prime Minister, His Excellency Mr. Abdul Qadir Kamel Mohammed. This mosque is named after the great scholar Sheikh Abdul Razak Ahmed Abdouh, a renowned intellectual figure with significant influence in Somalia and Ethiopia. The residents of Gadila city and the surrounding neighborhoods now have access to a modern place of worship that can accommodate 350 worshippers, along with complementarity facilities such as a children's playground and a supermarket. The inauguration brought together several hundred worshippers and numerous dignitaries, including government members, regional authorities, and opinion leaders, especially religious leaders. It was a moment of fervor and reflection marked by prayers and speeches in tribute to this significant religious figure. Located in the heart of Gadile city, this new mosque strengthens the religious infrastructure of Tajura, a rapidly growing city that attracts many visitors each week from the capital and other regions of the country. This modern complex is part of the city's development efforts, meeting the growing needs of its population. And now, at the official invitation of the President of the Arab Parliament, His Excellency Mohammed Ahmed Al Miyahi, the President of the National Assembly of Djibouti, His Excellency Deleta Mohammed Deleta, arrived in Cairo on the evening of Friday, February 21st, to participate in the 70th Conference of the Presidents of Arab Parliaments and Majlis, scheduled to take place at the Arab League headquarters from February 21st to February 24th, 2025. The conference is being held against the backdrop of strong Arab mobilization against the forced displacement of Palestinians. Upon his arrival, a warm and brotherly reception was extended to His Excellency Deleta Mohammed Deleta by the Vice President of the prestigious Arab Parliamentary Institution, the Ambassador of the Republic of Djibouti to Cairo, the MP Ibrahim Ahmed Abdo, and the Advisor for Arab Affairs, Ali Hamdan Abdo. We come back to Djibouti, where the Japanese embassy in Djibouti hosted a ceremony tonight, the night before last night, at the diplomats' residence in Haramuz to celebrate the Emperor of Japan's birthday. The event brought together several dignitaries, including the Ambassador of Japan to Djibouti, His Excellency Ara Keishi, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed, the President of the National Assembly, Mr. Deleta Mohammed Deleta, as well as diplomats and senior officials. During the ceremony, the Minister of Higher Education and Research, Dr. Nabil Mohammed, took the floor to convey his heartfelt wishes for happiness and prosperity to His Majesty, the Emperor, and the Japanese people. He also praised Japan's role as a key development partner for Djibouti, highlighting its ongoing support and commitment to the country's progress. In the Oboch region now, the Omni Sports Stadium in Oboch was filled and with excitement this afternoon during the final of the Regional Super Cup, where the local team faced off against Ali Sabeh in an electrifying atmosphere. Fueled by a large crowd, Oboch's players managed to secure a narrow victory with a 1-0 win. The match, intense and physically demanding, kept spectators on the edge of their seats until the final whistle. The event attracted many notable personalities, including the State Secretary for Sport, His Excellency Mr. Hassan Mohammed Kamil, the Prefect of the region, Mr. Musa Adel Migani, and the Secretary General of the Secretary of State for Sport, Mrs. Khadija Ibrahim Idris. The trophy presentation ceremony took place to cheers from the crowd, honoring by both the winners and the finalists in a true spirit of sportsmanship. This first edition of the Regional Super Cup is already considered a success between the passionate public and the thrilling sporting spectacle. As part of the progress to register Afar Mada'a on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List, a delegation led by the President of the Supervision and Coordination Committee, Mr. Nagib Abdullah Mohammed, met with administrative customary authorities and opinion leaders from the Tajra region on Friday, February 21st, 2025. This launch meeting was held in the large hall of the prefecture with the presence of the Sultan, the President of the Regional Council, members of the government, parliamentarians, and several other prominent figures. In his speech, Mr. Nagib Abdullah emphasized the importance of mobilizing and involving local communities in this process. He urged holders and experts of Afar Mada'a to actively participate in the inventory process and provide their informed and voluntary consent. Community leaders expressed their support for this initiative and committed to fully participating. The request for inscriptions will be collectively submitted by the Republic of Djibouti in collaboration with Ethiopia and Eritrea. Practitioners of Afar Mada'a will have the opportunity to make their voices heard, while women and youth will play a central role in this process. This meeting concluded with a speech from several prominent figures, including the President of the Regional Council, Mr. Omar Hussein, and ended with prayers from the elders. The Secretary General of the Prime Minister's Office, Mr. Nagib Abdullah Kamil, expressed his delight at this important initiative, highlighting the significant impact that the inscription of Mada'a Afar on the UNESCO Intangible Cultural Heritage List could have for the region and the country as a whole. He expressed his satisfaction with the mobilization of local authorities and communities to preserve and promote this ancestral practice, which is an integral part of the living cultural heritage of the people of this region. The President of the Djibouti Ports and Free Zones Authority, Mr. Abu Bakr Omar Hadi, received yesterday at Red Sea World a high-level Saudi delegation led by the Deputy Secretary for Economy and Planning for International Economic Affairs of the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, His Excellency Mr. Al-Barra Basim. The discussions focused on several strategic initiatives: the establishment of Saudi manufacturing companies in the Djibouti International Free Trade Zone, with a major advantage, the pre-positioning of Saudi products for easier redistribution at regional and international levels based on the cost, insurance, and freight. Strengthening the port connection between Jeddah, Jizan, and Djibouti, a key project to boost commercial exchanges through multi-modal sea-air transport, which already connects 28 cities in 24 African countries. The innovative Trans-African Railway Initiative, a corridor linking the Red Sea, the Indian Ocean, and the Atlantic, aiming to strengthen regional integration and stimulate intra-African trade. During their visit, His Excellency Mr. Al-Barra and his delegation also explored several strategic infrastructure, including the Damajog Oil Jerai, the DDID Exhibition Hall, the DMP, SGTD, and the Djibouti International Free Trade Zone. As part of the ongoing efforts to improve the living conditions of citizens and strengthen national cohesion, a military delegation visited the southern part of the country from February 19 to 22nd, 2025. This mission followed one conducted in the north from February 10 to 14, led by this initiative aims to address the concerns of local population. It began with the towns of Dawdawya and Galafi. In Dawdawya, the delegation received a warm welcome from the residents, who expressed their gratitude for the efforts made by the military authorities to improve their daily lives. This meeting highlighted the solidarity and cooperation between the armed forces and the local population. A subsequent meeting was organized, bringing together military authorities and local residents. It facilitated direct and constructive dialogue, providing citizens with the opportunity to express their concerns and priorities their needs. On the same day, the delegation visited Gallafi, where it was also warmly welcomed by the local communities. This reception reflects the spirit of solidarity and appreciation for the actions taken to improve living conditions. A meeting was held with the presence of civil and military authorities, as well as the residents, to discuss the major challenges faced by the population. This mission is part of a broader commitment to foster cooperation between the armed forces and local communities. It reflects the military authorities' determination to meet citizens' expectations and actively contribute to the development of essential infrastructure. The authorities reaffirmed their commitment to work alongside the populations to realize the identified projects and sustainably improve the quality of life in this region. To enable the cadets and officer cadets of the Inter-Armed Military Academy AMIA to better understanding Djibouti space program, a scientific conference was organized on Wednesday, February 19, at the initiative of Lieutenant Colonel Ibrahim Yusuf, director of the AMIA. For the occasion, Mr. Abubakar Hassan, Secretary General of the Ministry of Higher Education and Research, was invited to speak on the subject. After a welcome in the honor room, he joined the amphitheater where the official cadets and second and third year students were gathered. In his speech, the speaker reminded the audience that this program is an initiative of the President of the Republic, His Excellency Al-Hajj Ismail Margele, launched in 2020 with the goal of developing national skills in the field of space engineering. This includes the design, creation, and deployment of nano-satellites, as well as the collection and transmission of scientific data. He specified that the first Djibouti nanosatellites A1 and A2 are currently in orbit and operational, collecting essential data in climatology and hydrology. This data is transmitted to the Djibouti Center for Studies and Research for analysis and exploitation. Finally, he highlighted that the second phase of Djibouti's space program looks promising, with strengthened cooperation with China and France between 2025 and 2030. Djibouti plans to launch a more advanced satellite and develop space-based remote sensing and satellite image analysis. A major project is also underway, the construction of a national center for spatial remote sensing. This center will support public policies, particularly in the sector of agriculture and water resources management. And now in the Ali Sabih region, a delegation from the IGAD visited Ali Sabih and Ali Adde on Thursday as part of the IGAD Regional Migration Fund initiative. This visit was led by Mr. Mubarak Mabuya, Chief of Staff and Interim Director of the Health and Social Development Division of IGAD, accompanied by Mrs. Brigitte Pickle, Director General for Africa at BMZ. His Excellency Fuller, the German Ambassador, and Mr. Ibrahim Kaiso, project operation coordinator. Several senior Djibouti officials also participated in the visit, including representatives from the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training, the Ministry of Labor, as well as Mohamed Awale, Director of MGC's regional offices. Upon their arrival, the delegation was welcomed by the Prefect of the region, Abdul Malik Mohamed Benoita. This meeting exemplifies the ongoing support in joint effort between IGAD and BMZ and the Djiboutian government to improve migration management and support regional development through structural projects. These initiatives are critical in addressing migration challenges by promoting inclusive and sustainable development for local population. The prefect of the region of Ali Sabih indicated that this visit marks a new step in strengthening cooperation between Djibouti and its international partners, focusing on sustainable solutions and coordinated action in addressing migration and environmental challenges. And for the international news, the Hamas organization is widely considered as a terrorist group by countries like the United States, Israel, and the European Union, among others. It has been involved in multiple violent activities and attacks against Israel and its citizens, and is now for its militant activities and rejection of the peace process. This is it for this 9 p.m. English News edition. Thank you for watching us and stay tuned for more on RTD.